Today I'd like to invite you to join me on a 30-day declutter challenge. I have come up with 30 different areas and things to declutter for this month, and if you would like to join me, we can go week by week. I will have a new video each week with these items that I'm going to be decluttering, and hopefully you can declutter your home each day as well. I have a free declutter calendar with 30 days, and I also have it in a declutter checklist. Both of these are a completely free PDF download, and I will have it all in a link down below where you can join my email list, and I will email this straight to you to get started. Let's jump right into week one, where we are going to be decluttering all the kitchen type items. But don't worry, this should only take you about 5 to 10 minutes each day of decluttering, and hopefully you will see a huge transformation in your home by the end of these 30 days. Day one is the junk drawer, and we mostly have this organized, but I do consider this my junk drawer because it has all sorts of random things in it. So I'm going to pull everything out, have a look at what we need, what we don't need, and see what can go. Here's the contents of my junk drawer. And when I pulled this out, I realized I had all of these, what do you call them? Instruction manuals and like recipe books that came with stuff. So right here, I can put these things in a place that makes more sense. I actually have a file box where I keep this sort of stuff. And I guess I've just been shoving this into the junk drawer without thinking. And here, this is interesting because this is something that we don't even have anymore. This was a screen that my husband had put in, but we've got rid of this since then. That can go. This is also something that I don't think we need anymore. It's a instruction manual for a lantern. This is the Cuisinart directions, and this is my Nutrimil instructions. So I can actually put these into my cooking folder, so I know where they are and they're in the kitchen where I can find things. Trash. More trash. I'm gonna put all the pencil things and pens in one area. This goes into the kids' room. See all this kind of stuff? These are all things that we don't really need. Why do we have rocks in here? Honestly, I think the kids just throw stuff in here when they find something, but all these rocks, I mean, they're kind of cute. They look like little hearts, and this is stuff that I think they collect. So I'm gonna just, actually, I see this little baggie here. I'm gonna put all these in this baggie and then let the kids decide what they wanna do with it. During this challenge, we are looking for quick wins. So don't get hung up on things. Do not overanalyze. Just grab out the obvious stuff that is trash, things that you never use anymore. Maybe there are things in the junk drawer that you don't even know why they're there or how they got there. And don't overthink this. Most of the time, this stuff can't be donated. It's just trash. And we have to accept that sometimes. So the things that I'm finding that are trash, I'm either recycling them if I can or just throwing them away. This is what it looks like now. I think that looks so much better. That junk drawer took about 5 minutes to go through, and I found all this trash that I'm going to throw away. We are on to the next step. I'm gonna be doing all 7 days in this video, so we are heading on to day 2, which is the fridge. The goal of this decluttering session is just to do these tasks quickly, look for the things that you are no longer using, or in this instance with the fridge, things that have gone bad or we're not going to eat anymore. Just clean up the fridge in general. So I'm going to look through and pull out those things that are looking like bad or have expired. And this should take probably about 5 minutes, but then if I want to take it a step further, I would go through and just wipe everything down and kind of organize it and tidy everything up a little bit. As I'm digging through the fridge, you might question, why do you have plastic hanging in your kitchen? And why does it look like such a mess? And that is because we are currently renovating our kitchen and we're working on that one side of it right now. So that's why we have plastic there. And that is also why the fridge is in such a weird spot. One thing I found right off the bat is a whole bunch of carrots that I just want to consolidate and pull out the ones that are growing fur and probably aren't going to taste good anymore. And then the ones that are still good, I'm going to hopefully make a soup later today so I can use these up because they are getting a little bit old. This is something I honestly can't believe because I just bought this like last week, but look, it's already molding. So this is the perfect time to go through the fridge. This was at the bottom of one of the drawers. And I don't know why this molded so quickly, but this kind of stuff is what we're trying to find. And I would take this whole drawer out, but because of how we've shoved the fridge here temporarily, it doesn't actually, the door doesn't open enough to get the drawer out. We have a whole bunch of like the peel that goes around the onion in there. I wish I could take that drawer out because it would just make it so much easier. So maybe when Greg gets home, we can move the fridge over and I can actually take the drawer out so I can clean it easier. Okay, it's looking better in there. Day 3 is old or unused coffee mugs, mugs that are chipped, just things that you aren't using or aren't going to use in the future. And let me tell you, when we first started decluttering, I had so many mugs. It was just crazy. But now we are down to just 4 random mugs that we absolutely love. So for me, I don't really have any mugs to declutter, but I just wanted to show you that we're down to our favorite 4 and they're the ones that we use every single morning. And then of course, if we have someone over, we have 2 extras, but that's something that you can look for. And that decluttering task should probably take about 5 to 10 minutes at the most. Day 4 is to go through your condiments and your spices and just see if there's anything that's outdated and needs to go, things that you maybe are not going to eat or do not actually use. So we use all of our spices that are, especially up here, all the time, to the point that they run out very easily. So I buy the bigger containers and then I refill the smaller ones that fit easily in this area. So because of that, I'm going to take this moment to actually refill these, and they're getting low. So I'm just looking through to see what can be refilled. But at the same time, I'm also looking in my backup spice area to see if there's anything that is expired or spices that maybe we bought for something special, but we're probably never going to use. So that's what I'm looking for today. And I also just went through all the condiments on the door in the fridge, and they are all fresh because that was something that I had just recently done. Day 5 is unused kitchen gadgets or things and you don't find yourself using them anymore, or maybe you have duplicate items of those things. So I'm just gonna pull out the trays that I use in my drawers and look through to see if there is anything that needs to go. But more than anything, because I've already decluttered this area, I'm going to reorganize it because I know a lot of things that belong in this drawer have been put into this drawer. Okay. Right off the bat, I found something that we never use. This is a sushi thing. We tried sushi and it didn't work. So I am gonna actually see, my mom is the one who got this and we were doing it here. I'm gonna see if she wants it, and if not, I think I'm gonna let this go. I honestly didn't think I was gonna find anything, but here are 3 of these things that come with the smoothie powder. They're like scoops for the powder. We don't need 3 extra of these, so I'm gonna get rid of these. Oh, found another one. I also want to talk about duplicate items. In some cases, you may have duplicate items that you actually use. Like I have some duplicate measuring spoons, but we use them. So when we're cooking and my kids are helping me, we're using all the spoons, so I keep them. This may not seem like a lot of stuff to find, but I'm surprised that I found anything because I go through all my drawers quite often. But this is the reminder that every once in a while, just take an extra look. It might take you 5 minutes and see what you don't need, or maybe stuff is actually trash, but it's being saved. So I found 4 of these scoops, and I found this random plastic Yogurtland spoon that we don't need. And then we have the sushi roll thing that I'm on the fence about, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to declutter this. But this just shows you how you can find a few things even when you don't think you will with a quick look. Day 6 is going through all your medicine, vitamins, all that sort of stuff, just to make sure that you're still using everything and it's not expired. We store all of our medication and vitamins and things like that in these white bins, and I'm just quickly looking. So Aleve, this doesn't go bad till 2026. And this I just bought, so that's brand new. This one I just bought too. It's a vitamin. Tums, let's have a look at that. Oh my gosh. So this says it went bad in 2021. That shows you how often we take Tums. So I'm going to get rid of this. Allergy relief. Okay, I'm not joking here. This is stuff that we don't take very often, but this one supposedly expired in 2019. I'm laughing so hard about this. It's too funny. Okay, this one is good till 2025. And let's see. Okay, this I know is good. Allergy relief, again, this is expired in 2020. Too funny. We just don't use this stuff very often, and therefore, you know, we don't look as often as we probably should. But I am going to declutter those 3 things. I'm just gonna give this a quick wipe out now that it's empty, and then put everything back. Day 7 of this week is torn or unused dishcloths or dish towels. So let's have a look in there and see if there's anything that needs to go, reorganize it. But I just want to mention also that all of this information is in a detailed blog post, which I will link in the description box down below, so you can get to this information at any time if you want to follow along any month of the year. Let's go check out the drawer of dishcloths. Can you tell that our kitchen is under construction? This is one of the paint colors we're thinking of using. This is one of those things that I'm going to put with the rest of the sponges, because this is a sponge type thing. Okay. I like to organize my washcloths and my dish towels and my aprons using these really cheapo IKEA bins. They collapse and I've had them for years. So this is just a really handy way to keep everything separated. But let me just pull this out. I also do not fold these because we use them so often. This is one that I knitted years ago. Actually, I do not use this. So I never ever use this. I think I'm gonna let this one go. Everything else we're using all the time. So I'm gonna put that back. These are all relatively new, but this one is really old, and I think this should actually go to the junk towel pile because it's still absorbent and it could be used for cleaning, and the rest are all good. And now for aprons. This is an apron that I got from IKEA, which I don't really love the material. It's kind of a plasticky feeling material. So I think I'm gonna let this one go because I have quite a few, and yeah, I just don't ever see myself using this one. Here's one that I use all the time. I really like this apron. Aha, here is a towel that should not be in this container. But this is an example of something that needs to go because I can see it's stained, and this one was never really that absorbent, so this one's gonna go. Now I just have two aprons. This one I made, and this one we bought at a craft market. I really like both of these, so I'm keeping these. And then here is an apron that the kids use when they are helping me cook or do projects. So all of these are good. I'm just gonna put them back in here, and I'm gonna let this one go. We made it through the first 7 days of this declutter challenge. Of course, I did all 7 days in one day, which you could do as well. This is really customizable, but this is just 30 different things that you could declutter, and I've broken it down into sections that make sense, and then doing one each day. So make sure you're subscribed, and I'm really excited because next week we are going to my mom's house and I am going to help her declutter. We're gonna work together every single Sunday at 6 a.m. You can look forward to a video here on this channel, and I'm excited for the video with my mom. Also, make sure you subscribe to my email list, and I will send this straight to your email. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and you can click right here to continue watching videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!